Welcome to this instructional video, where we'll walk you through the utilization of analog inputs. Prior to proceeding, please make sure that you have established a stable Bluetooth connection with the SNS device and have successfully completed a scan. Let's dive into user configuration. Click on the User Configurations page. You'll be redirected to the Login page, where you'll need to enter the credentials provided by your manager or higher authority. Simply click Login after entering the required information. Now you'll see three main options: Device Settings, Input Configurations, and Relay Control. First, click on Input Configuration button. On the screen, you'll discover 4 digital input buttons and 2 analog input buttons. Each analog input represents a channel, facilitating the simultaneous capture of 2 readings. The operation for both analog inputs functions identically. The Analog In section empowers you to fine-tune sensor settings like range, unit, and threshold for alert configurations. To link a digital input to an output, select one of the 4 digital input options. For customizing settings related to analog inputs, simply click on Analog In 1. This will grant you access to configure personalized settings for the first analog input channel. You'll be directed to a new page featuring 5 distinct buttons: Sensor Type, Sensor Range, Sensor Threshold High, Sensor Threshold Low, and Sensor Calibration. Let's explore the purpose of each button individually, starting with the first one, Sensor Type. In Sensor Type settings, you specify the sensor type, ensuring precise interpretation and processing of data from the connected sensor. Simply click the Sensor Type E button. Now, you'll encounter 2 settings: Sensor Type E and Sensor Unit. Here, you can select from a variety of sensor types, including temperature, pressure, humidity, vibration, and more. For instance, if you choose temperature, you can further specify the measurement unit, such as Fahrenheit. Remember to apply your changes by clicking Update. Once you've updated the status, simply press Back to access additional sensor-related options. Let's explore how to set the sensor range. Click on the Sensor Range button. You will be redirected to a page where you can define the sensor range by specifying both maximum and minimum values. Ensure that you enter the range with the maximum value greater than the minimum value to avoid encountering an error message. After configuring the range correctly, don't forget to save your changes by clicking the Update button. Once you've successfully updated the range, just press the back button to navigate back to the previous menu. Now we will walk you through the process of setting a high threshold for sensors to trigger alerts. Simply click on Sensor Thresh High. Now, you'll arrive at a page where you can establish the threshold value. Input your desired value into the value box. Ensure it falls within the provided sensor range. Next, activate High Thresh 1 by checking the corresponding checkbox. Choose the relay that aligns with your preferences. Now, enter a value for High Thresh 2. If you attempt to use the same relay as High Thresh 1, you'll encounter an error message, prompting you to select a different relay, such as Relay 2. Once the sensor's value reaches the set value for High Thresh, the threshold relay will activate automatically. Always remember to save any single change by pressing the Update button. This way, you can configure 2 high threshold values with corresponding alerts. To return to the previous menu, press the Back button. Selecting Sensor Thresh Low will take you to a page similar to the high threshold configuration. Here, you have the option to establish low threshold values to trigger alerts for the minimum range, following a process similar to the high threshold setup. Achieve pinpoint precision through custom calibration factors for highly accurate outputs.